Okay guys, here's a little bit of insight, tips, and tricks for completing your temperature data comparison project. I'm going to give you a brief synopsis of how to make box plots and dot plots because I have expectations for this project and I want them to look great. So, first thing, the two cities that I chose were St. Petersburg, Florida, my hometown, and Seattle, Washington, which I chose two cities because they're fairly different in climate and I wanted to be able to show some real legitimate comparisons. You may not use these two cities though because I've already chosen them and you've already given me the names of your cities with the exception of first period, but I don't think anyone has chosen St. Pete and Seattle. I've heard some Denvers, some Cebu in Philippines, and Havana, Cuba. So feel free to continue using whatever city you want, and if you want to change something, shoot me an email and let me know that. So first it says choose two different cities from two different states or countries, record the average monthly high. Now if you're using a city from another country, this says US climate data. Your city may not be on this website. Furthermore, I want your cities to be in degrees Fahrenheit because that's how we see our weather here in the United States. So for making your box and dot plot, I have this data for St. Pete and this data for Seattle. So I'm going to put my data in order. So for St. Pete, my lowest is 70. And I have 12 pieces of data. So I've got 70 and then I have two 72s. 1, 2, do I have a 73, 74, 75, 76, 77. Then it jumps up to 81, 87, 88, 89. Uh-oh, I skipped 84. 90 and 90. So first I need to make sure that there are 12 pieces of data. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Now for my box plot, I need to determine the maximum, the minimum, and the median. Okay, those are numbers that I need to start with first. So my maximum is my highest number, which is 90. My minimum is my lowest, which is 70. My range is 90 minus 70. My range is my maximum minus my minimum. And my mean is the total of all the numbers divided by how many there are, and it's one for each month, so that's 12. My median is the number in the middle. Remember, I don't want you crossing off beginning, end. I want you to find the number in the middle, which is the 6th and 7th position because there are 12 numbers. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So these two numbers are in the middle, and if I have two medians, I have to find the average of those two numbers. So it'll be 84 plus 81 divided by 2 because there's two numbers that I added. 84 plus 81 gives me 165. Cut them in half. I'm at 82.5. This number is exactly halfway between 81 and 84. Okay, so now that I have these three numbers, I can make my quartile 1 and quartile 2. My quartile 1 is the middle of my lower half, or my lower 50%. My quartile 3 is the middle of my upper half, or my upper 50%. So if I were to take this data and cut it in half, boom, there are 6 numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. What's in the middle? Again, I have two numbers in the middle, 76 and 72. Guess what I have to do? The same thing that I did here. I need to add 72 plus 76, then divided by 2. Or I can just find out what's in between 72 and 76, what's smack dab in the middle. Show your work. 72, 73, 74, 75, 76. In the middle is 74. How can I prove that? I can do 76 plus 72 divided by 2, which equals 148 divided by 2 is 74. Okay? Same thing. Quartile 1 is 74. Quartile 3, I need to do the same thing. Take the top half of my data. So 84, 87, 88, 89, 90, and 90. Bam. These two numbers. What's halfway between 88 and 89 is 88.5. How do I know that? Because it's 1 apart and then half of 1 is 0.5. How can I prove that mathematically? Same way I did. 88 plus 89 divided by 2. Check my work. 7, carry the 1. 177 divided by 2. Half of 177. Again, show your work. I know this is going to be a decimal. 2 into 17 is 8. 16. Whoops. 1, 7. 8 again. 16. 1, 0. 2 into 10 is 5. 88.5. Same number here as I got here. 88.5. Okay? That is how I start my box plot. So I've got 5 pieces of data according to my box plot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That was also in your box plot notes, ladies and gentlemen. Let me show it to you just to jog your memories. Bam, box plot. What does a box plot do? It uses 5 values that I just highlighted to break my data into 4 pieces. So now that I have these 5 values and 4 pieces, I'm going to go to my box plot and I'm going to make a number line that's going to accommodate 70 to 90, which is 20 points. I think I can make enough tick marks for that, or I can count by 2s. So grab a ruler. Draw your line. Bam, bam. Now you should be doing this on graph paper, which means it's a little bit easier, but this is just my sloppy copy. I want you to put your final on graph paper. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So my lowest was 70, so I'll say about 68, 70, 72, 74. Now you should be able to choose an appropriate scale for your data, not for mine. Just because I'm counting by 2s doesn't mean you have to count by 2s. And just because I'm starting at 68 doesn't mean you have to start at 68. I'm trying to accommodate my data where my minimum is 70 and my maximum is 90. 70, 76, 78, 80, 84, 86, oops, 82, 84, 86, 88, and 90. And then 92, just to go a little bit above that. Now, my minimum is 70, put a tick mark here. My maximum is 90, put a tick mark there. Then go back to my data. Who do I need? The middle, 82.5.
Today I got time.
Okay, my median is 82.5, so this right here is 83, so I'm going to go halfway in between here, make a tick mark there, 82.5, and then your quartile 1 and 3, quartile 1 is 74, and quartile 3 is 88.5, so 74, boom, and 88.5, go a little bit past that, bam. Connect your 3 points in the middle to make your box. Then extend it for your whiskers and connect. And there you have it. And this is St. Petersburg, not burger. Average monthly high temps. And then you'll do the same thing for Denver. Now, a second option for creating your box plots, I'm going to show you in the next video. But really quickly, I want to show you how to do the dot plot as well. So your dot plots, I'm going from 70 to 90, so I will need 20 tick marks. 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Okay, I can stop my graph about right here. Went a little bit extra on my number line, so let me cut this off. There we go. So 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, and you can skip count. So 77, as long as you're counting this extra tick mark, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91. Now I need to go back to my data. I know that I had two 90s, so I'm going to put big old dots on the 90s. Then I'm going to look at my data and see, okay, I have 170, so I need a dot on 70. 72, I have two of those. 72, 72. 76, I have one of those. 76, 81, 87, 89, two 90s, I already did that, 88, 84, 77, and 72. 77, and I already did my 72s. So this is my dot plot. I do need to represent every piece of data for this so I can see how it looks spread out. I cannot really skip count on this unless I'm representing every tick mark like this using a line on your graph paper or on your notebook paper. Now, this also needs a title. St. Petersburg average monthly high temps for temperatures. Please write yours out on your final copy because I want it to be nice and neat and clear. Of course, this is my sloppy copy because I'm just running you through how this is supposed to look.